Hello. Yes, hopefully that woke you up if you were sleeping, because it's Trainz time. So, yes, hello. By the way, if you're wondering what that sound was, it was just the springs from the microphone stand. Actually, I might be able to show you. No, it's just out of the way. There are just some springs back there, which make a lovely sound when you stroke them like this. Right, so hello 3 people watching. Hello, Kango. Oh, hey. Yeah. And hello, Slavic Eagle. I can see you're in chat. Hello. Right, so let us continue. Or should I say, get started. Hi, Slavic Eagle, yes. It's quite nighty out there, the nighttime. Yes, it's quite nighty. Right, here we are. So this is where we left off, nighty. No, that would be pronounced knighty. Fun fact, in the original words with silent Ks weren't actually silent, the Ks. So for example, night was spoken knight, or knee was knie, or knock was knock. It's actually quite interesting fact, I think. Right, so just trying to get a feeling for how this looks again. Quite some field of view. I mean, this just looks so much more cinematic than the other field of view. But for building, it might be a bit inconvenient. And with knave, probably knave. I mean, it seems like if the pattern continues, then it would be the same thing. Right. Did that. Okay, so last time we made this little wetland area, along with the fields thing here. Put down the reeds. I'm just trying to think whether I should have trees here or not. I'll try and see if I can find a tree that is a lighter color when far away. Yeah, cinematism for the win. Let's just see, broadleaf maybe. Wrong layer. Too dark. Hi, oh hello Slavic Eagle. Listen to this please. Saying this, I have no idea what this sounds like over the microphone. Do you like it? What is that? Is that a radiator? No, and I'll read the one before in a second. No, it's actually my microphone stand, or arm rather, has springs on it. And if you rub against one with your fingernail, it makes that sound, which is really interesting. The knifed knight knocked on the knave's door. Yes, I heard that he did. Hi. Yes. Ooh. Hey, sorry, I'm a bit late. Late. Hello, it's fine. We're just getting started anyway. I haven't really done anything yet. I'm just looking for a bit of a lighter tree that might look good back here, because if it's so dark, it doesn't really look that good because of the contrast. Hi, hello. This map is a bit lake. Yeah, it is. It is. Actually, what would some of these small ones look like? Yes, they are quite dark, but they're smaller. I'll undo this, put one over here on the side, and then I'll search just for a few minutes to see if there is a better one. Hi, the title is a scam! No, it isn't. Looks a bit like a golf course. Well, it does. Actually, for those of you who are watching the archive of this, I'll quickly paste the title in chat. There we go. I don't think it will show up in that color though on stream. No, it won't. But you can see on the archive that message I've just typed on screen there. That's the one. That's the title of the stream. Ooh, won't show as orange on screen, but still, yeah. Yeah. 2D, but I've used quite a few 2D trees. No, it'll be too dark from the other side. Although, no. Because from, actually, yeah, from this side it'll look very dark. Although some, yeah. You can see that some of the speed trees don't look that dark. Like this one, for example, it looks actually quite bright from the backside. With us already talking about knights and knaves, will today's theme of conversation be medieval times and such? I don't know. I haven't planned this out. Probably. Right, next message. Oh, okay. This should be good. My first random question goes completely against that. Shut Eyes, do you read? Well, no, actually, the reason why I have headphones on is because I've got a text-to-speech running on that monitor that speaks out the chat messages. If I put the headphones off, I wouldn't know what you were saying. English is a stupid language, isn't it? I think English is quite an interesting language because it has so many contradictions and words from so many other languages that have since morphed and changed and merged with other words. English is a really very interesting language because there are obviously Latin words in it, German words, Scandinavian words, French words, which is an offshoot of Latin, like a lot of the romantic language, well, actually all romantic languages. So many languages find their way into English, and it's actually really, really interesting, I find. Right, so I haven't found, I should maybe, if I search for broadleaf with space, maybe that'll be better. No, that should be good. Actually, let's search for blueprint. No, not blueprint. Blueprint. Because the JVC blueprint trees don't have the issue that they're dark on the backside, but it means that they're just very kind of shiny. But maybe if they're placed further back, they might be good. Actually, I do have quite a few of them. Maybe I place some of these shrubs as well. I'll just quickly have a look at what that would look like. Actually, maybe the blueprint ones could work quite well here. Right, quickly save, even though I've done nothing. But don't worry, don't tell anyone. XDDD, not the chat messages. I had a feeling that was going to happen. German words, e.g. sauerkraut. Yeah. If an alien came to Earth and you only taught them the K sound and the N sound, the alien would be so confused, yes. Also, Mr. W, do you remember that I told you once that the Ks were actually spoken? I think that happened on stream, actually. I have a feeling that kale is one as well. Well, the K in kale is not silent. Or how do you pronounce kale? Do you just pronounce it ale? Oh, that's where we get the word ale from. Oh, that's interesting. Don't know about that one. Ah, yeah, might be true. And another German word is kindergarten. Yes, it is. I think so too, Shadice. Rings a bell, a small bell. Kale is in word of German. Oh, right. I don't know. But another one is kaputt, for example. I want a bit of a bigger... I mean, this one might be quite a good one. I want a couple different sizes of this sort of tree or shrub to place down, so that when I do place them down, they won't all be the same size. Basically, so it's more interesting. As in, when I asked, do you read, I meant books. I have read books, yes. I don't read many. Was that a genuine misunderstanding? No, it wasn't. When you asked whether I read, I didn't think you were being sincere. But the opportunity to fake a misunderstanding in a funny way, not funny not just for me, but for other people as well, presented itself, so I decided to take the opportunity, as you probably know. Actually, maybe this one. By the way, Slovak Eagle, do you know about the JVC blueprint trees? Because they are 2D trees which don't have that annoying black shadow side thing. Do you read books, Mr. W? Interesting. Because you didn't answer the question. Well, I wanted to see where the joke went. Kangafango, I take books around with me, yeah, although I tend to listen to audiobooks more often. Alright. Never heard of those, Shadice. No, not really. Yeah, the JVC blueprint trees are basically like the ones you see here. They can be quite bright on the backside, but if you use them a bit further away, like for example at this sort of distance, they can be a great filler tree that doesn't have that annoying black shadow side effect. There are quite a lot of them, actually. Right, so I think that these trees should be fine. I'll save one more time before I start placing them. I'll place the larger ones first, just a few of them. By just a few, I mean 2,000. No, I don't actually, I think. They look a bit odd, no offense to the creator. Well, I think that there really is not much that people can do to get rid of the dark shadow side of 2D objects in Trainz. I think this might be one of the only, if not the only workaround to fix that, and you're not really supposed to use them close to the tracks, but like, for example, like this. If the tracks were around here, then these trees, you couldn't tell that they're 2D with the light coming from that side. They look like speed trees. Yeah? But if you zoom in, you can see that they're actually 2D trees. Oh, also this has that weird issue Oh no, it's because of the reeds underneath. Oh, of course. Yes. In TRS-19, they do at least. I think they are meant for TRS-19 because TRS-19 has that issue. I think they were specifically made for that because basically all of the old JVC trees don't really work in TRS-19. So I think that he, she, they, whatever, I don't know if it's a group of people, made the blueprint trees so that they could still be used in TRS-19 without it looking awful, at least from a bit further away. I may be mistaken, that is speculation, but I do think that it is a bit likely. Now, are those too many trees? Not sure. Well, actually, yeah, I'm not sure. I'll place a couple more along here to match the same density along it. Then I'll place a few more of the little ones, and then we'll see what it looks like. No, I don't like it. I'll undo quite a lot of these trees. Actually, no. To speed it up, I'll just not save and reload the route. Because I specifically saved before I started placing them. So here we go. I'll try just placing the little ones first, and then maybe adding some bigger ones as we go. Looks good, I think. Sorry, before that. The dark side of TRS-19. Plant assets. Yeah, you might be right, the shadows. Looks good, I think. Well, I think you wrote that before you saw that I had and done it. Just needs a grizzly or two. Oh, now they're gone. Yeah, it didn't fit. It didn't fit. I think it definitely looked passable. But no, it didn't look great. At least not as good as it could look. Hello, Chris. Welcome. I see you in the users in chat view. Sorry. Yes. Very swampy. Yes, it is supposed to be. Trainz. How many reads do you want? Shadow dice? Yes. Actually, no. The answer is just so many that it doesn't lag with all of the other environment and Trainz running on the route. That is how many of them I want. Also, I don't really want that many that it just looks like a carpet, even if it wouldn't lag, because that would be too many. How does this look? I think this looks better. Simply because it's just, it retains the openness. I may place just a few of the taller ones in here as well. Just a couple. By couple, I mean a few, as I just said. Actually, no, I don't want the trees back there, because actually I don't even want them back here, because I think that's a big contributor to why it didn't look good before. Let me just remove a few of these trees. Yes, and that is that before I had some trees back here which didn't really look that great. But now, because I wanted to feel like it's open, because this way, actually, yeah, I'll need to delete some of these as well. Because even though it might look a bit strange, if you think about it in terms of what it actually looks like here, but if you think about it from where the tracks are, then like this, it looks better. It isn't as cluttered back there. So you'd see, okay, here are the tracks, then you'll see kind of the shrubbery next to them, and then you can see the wetlands start, and back here, that little grass area is so very narrow that if I put trees back there, you wouldn't be able to see it. It would look like the wetland area went straight into the forest, even though it's quite sizable if you look at it like this. I think that's a big contributor to why it didn't look great before. I'll probably replace some of the trees back here just to make it look a bit better from kind of when you're approaching like this. I won't put any here yet because I'll probably put fields over here and that might be in the way. Shadows, will you place crocodiles in the swamp? I'm not sure if there are crocodiles for Trainz, but if there are some, then I will strongly consider it. Didn't mean to send that, okay. Shadows, yeah, that was implied in the yes. Right, so I'll quickly look up if there are crocodiles. And I don't mean the crocodile locomotive. Croc. These are crocodile locomotives. Yes, I remember this locomotive. 2003. Yes. I don't see any here. Maybe alligator? Shadows, you got me! I was just about to say, if there aren't any, you'll still be able to place the ÖBB crocodile. Haha! I remember it too. The turquoise one. Yes. By the way, did you know that turquoise, the name for the color, actually comes from a particular kind of stone that was only found in Turkey? Yeah, I think it was Turkey. It was, yeah, it must have been Turkey. It was a name of a country in that sort of area. It must have been Turkey because of the similarities of the name. Because that was the special thing about it. So, yeah. Right. So we've got these bridges. Don't need bridges. I don't think there is one actually. Or teal green. I knew that Jedi's. That's kind of cool. Yes, it is. Okay, I'll look for animal. I won't spend too long on this. Don't worry. And this animal list isn't very long. We've got some animals right here. These are installed payware. Let's see, we've got hippo, leopard, gazelle, elephant, Cape buffalo, black mamba. Oh, black mamba. The snake. We need this. Rhino, lion, warthog, wildebeest, California condor, pelican, stork, barn owl perched, animal, birds perched static, what's this? Night mode? Blah, 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 blah. Night mode. It does not move and is visible from only one side of the object. Interesting. Buffalo, we've got horses, deers, or deer, I suppose is the plural of that. Herons, The old horses. Doesn't look good for crocodile. More storks. Oh, monarch butterfly, static. I do have the dynamic ones installed, I think, the animated ones, we'll see. Ravens. More cattle. Pelican. We've got the eagle. Now I've got 2 of them. Right. Don't think I've... Nah, there is no crocodile in Trainz as far as I can tell. Let me just read chat. Gariel? Don't think so. Oh dear. I remember these. Just to be sure, I'll search for Gariel. Nope, I suppose Cayman? Like that? Is that how you spell it? Cayman. Oh right, it's with a. Oh yeah. Maybe with a Y. We've only got the car. Nope. That's it. Okay, starting Trainz back up again. Oh dear. Thanks, Till, for searching through them. Oh, no problem. No problem. It didn't take too long though. To search through them, that's fine. It's funny because over the last few days I did quite a lot of work to fix the Scar Hill subdivision route, which is now available on DLS for free, including the sessions. I had to fix a lot of stuff with that. It's a long story. Well, yeah, a long-ish story. I won't tell it, don't worry. But the funny thing is that when I'm looking for the route, I still instinctively, or rather, not instinctively, but out of habit, scroll all the way over here, try to select this one, then go, oh no, this is not the route I'm working on anymore. Right, which one? Right, this one was it. If you look back to when the stream started, you should see that the same thing actually happened there as well. Here we are, back again. I'm quite happy with how this looks. Right, so should I continue working along this way or try to complete this area? I think working this way is better because then I can get a better feeling for how I intend to continue with this landscape. Lurk, lurk, lurk! I'm getting a feeling of deja vu, as though you had already said that. Mr. Lurker, alias Swadar. No, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Don't worry. Hello! Ha! You have been spotted! Ah! Yes. And yes, I am only having this tile baseboard be 5 meter grid size. The other one's 10 meter, just for ease to work with. Also, look at how tiny this one baseboard looks. It looks so tiny. Just look at this. This is one baseboard. This is the entire size of the original Eagleville map that Slovak Eagle has made. This. It fits on this. And he has log industries, grain, general goods. What was the other one? Camp goods was another one. He has fuel for the airport, I believe. He has so many things on there. So many lines and loops and yards. It fits on this. This one thing. I mean, that is just still so amazing. To me, at least. Right. Now, let's continue with this. I'm looking forward to reading Slovak's response to what I just said in chat, because if I know him, and I do believe that I know him a bit, he's probably replied to this. I mean, most anyone would. Reply to praise. Yes, I do realize I don't necessarily need to get rid of this because I'm going to place it back anyways, but I want to see what it looks like, and this is in the way of that. Let me read it. Deja vu. Indeed, my friend. Yes, my friend. Metal Gear Solid sound effect. Yes, the exclamation mark. I do know what you mean now. Slovak's entire multiplayer route was on there. Yes, it's basically the size of a field. An entire city. Bakery, warehouses, airport, forest, trams, lakes. Don't forget the swans. Yes, the swans. Switter's Bakery. Well, yeah, he used a smaller gauge. Yes, that is true. Yes. Or yes! Camp goods? Do you mean goods for camping or goods that are camp? Both. 14 industries. Yes. I am the bread boy. Yes, you are. You are, my little bread boy friend. You are the bread boy. XD. Quick, reply to this. Slovak Eagle. Hash bread boy. Boy. Reply, XD. Nice. Phew. Ah, yes. Shared ice. Trams? I don't have any trams here. I'm not sure what you mean by that. The shared ice swan. Yes. I'll get you for calling me the humming boy one day. Oh no, it was a term of endearment, not of critique or criticism. XD. Humming boy. I said boy, not boy. Yes, what are you having? Fire. Fire. You said trams, shared ice. Oh, did I? Oh, must have been a mistake. A terrible mistake. I'll quickly finish reading chat, and then I'll have to decide where I want actually the first industry to be along here with the first grain load. Trams equals farms, yes. There is no trams on Eagleville though. I don't know why I said trams. Maybe I don't think that I said trams. Try this in Slovak's list of what was on the map. You list the trams. Huh. I didn't mean to list trams. There are no trams on there. I'll just put another couple of baseboards down. If you were really excited by the prospect of trams, then I would suggest you take a look at Central Europe, because there is a city, I forgot what it's called now, but there is a city that has ambient trams on it that drive a little loop going across the bridge, so that when you're driving on it, you can sometimes see the trams going over the bridge, and it looks really good, especially at night. Brno and Budapest. Brno, yes, Brno. Dun. Yes, so where should I have the first grain load? Actually, to answer that question, there is a more profound question that I need to ask and answer. And that is, where is the grain supposed to be delivered to? There's an important question. Over the bridge that is Budapest. Ah, in Brno, they run under the tracks. Interesting. Yeah, then I do mean Budapest. Right, so now I'm asking this because when I have the industry over here, I want to have one siding and a runaround track. So basically one line and then a little line that goes out and then connects back in. And then this track, I then want to connect up to the main line. But the question is, do I connect it up so that the switch is facing this way, or that the switch is facing this way? Because that will indicate in which direction the grain is supposed to be. Well, not really, it might not, but I kind of like to have the switches in such a way that if you're coming to pick, that's probably Kango Fango hosting. If so, then thank you. If that's something else, I'll, yes it is. Thank you, yes, thank you. The way I like to have switches or turnouts, they're also called, is that, well, mostly anyways, is that if you're coming in with empties, that you can, either you can just drive down straight away and then come back out, or that you can, if it's a long train that collects multiple different carloads from different industries, then that the train is able to reverse in and then couple to whatever train it has and then come back out again. Should I mind reading again? Squid Gaming is hosting with one. Thank you very much. No problem. It should host automatically, but it doesn't. I don't know why. At least on my side. It does. I don't know. Right, I mean, it probably doesn't matter, but it's a good thing to think about anyway, which way I want it to go, where I want the grain to go, actually. Didn't show so for me. It does? I don't know. Right, so, where should the grain go? Now, it would, of course, be ideal to have the grain go up here, because that would mean that there's different more variation, I guess the best word for it, more variation of cars to go up here, but it doesn't really make that much sense for grain to be shipped up into the mountains. It would make more sense either for the grain to be shipped down here, down this way, to where the city is going to be, somewhere down here, maybe not this close, but maybe somewhere down here. If there are bakeries, factories, that sort of thing down here, maybe even barges or something that ship the grain elsewhere, that would make sense. But we have two more ends to consider. One is this one, which I don't really want to continue that much. Maybe, again, I'll put a grain loading thing over here, and then just have the double-track grain and continue up here into some portals or something like that, where I can spawn AI trains from, or make them go into. The other option is to have it further along this valley. And yes, I know, strange to see the map oriented this way, but it is fine. Don't worry about it. Right. So because if this valley carries on to maybe up here or something like that, then if there's maybe a bit of a bigger town up here, then that might be quite interesting. Then I could have then I could have a train from the city come along here, collecting all the different grain loads along the line here. Maybe even carrying on over here, collecting one last one, running around the train, then going back over here, running around again, and then going up this way, and then along this way. I think that is probably the best solution. However, that means that if I do want to have a grain industry here, which is meant to go up in this way, I'll need to have some sort of runaround track over here anyways. Which it would make sense for it to be quite close to this, so that if a train goes up here, runs around, goes forwards on the right track, that that the train can cross over, go onto the runaround, and then go over. But we'll deal with that when we get to it. I'll quickly read chat, because maybe someone has a recommendation for where to put it, and then I'll decide where to put it. Maybe it's hosting someone else from your host list. On the left. Yes, further along the river. Ah, yes, that was what I was thinking as well. Nah, nobody else is streaming. Alright, not sure then. Portals? Yes, portals. Actually, I can show you an example. Save. It will only take but a moment. Or 25. It could also be 25 moments. because I have actually placed portals on the Scar Hills district. Did I select the right one? Yes, I did. I thought I had selected the Sabino Lake for a second. That would have taken ages to load. Yes. In Trainz, portals are where trains despawn when they go into them, and they can also spawn out of them. It's a really long black tunnel asset. Paradise will probably explain in more detail. Yeah. Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, I never used them myself though. Let me guess, Scar Hills? Called it! Yes, you called it. So this is the Scar Hills route. It's not supposed to be this dark and grey. It's just because this is actually a route made in the previous version of Trainz where the lighting worked a bit differently. But let me just show you the Blue Pine portal, which is over that way. No, not this way, sorry. Over here, actually by the Blue Pine thing, not the Maryville thing. So this is a portal asset. The text up here is invisible in Driver, so when you're driving on the route, the text won't show. If a train drives in here, as Kangafango said, it will despawn. But if you look up here, in the Edit Session menu, there are actual rules for the portal, which, what are they called? Here we go. Central portal control is one. So you can add a session rule, and then here you can make a portal spawn trains. For example, you can set how many maximum trains on the route, and if it should remove excess trains, which trains to remove, and you can add portals in here that trains are supposed to spawn from. So for example here, Blue Pine Tunnel, this is the one we had just had. We've got this one. You can see the number of trains it has and things like that. I haven't really used them that much. I did experiment with them. You can also set the individual things here. For example, here we've got the one portal we have, the Blue Pine portal, which I've just added. You can set how long between when it spawns trains, so the interval of how many times it spawns, of how long it takes to spawn trains. Fluctuation, so randomness with the time, like for example 15 minutes plus minus 5 minutes. Emit immediately, which is pretty self-explanatory. Order to emit trains, which is random. You can set it to sequential, which means that for example down here you can add consists. Add an existing saved consist. You can add these ones, for example the Flying Yankee. Yeah, now I've added this consist here. I can add another consist, as many consists as I want, and then it will spawn the trains in this interval and in a random zone. There's also wait for trigger event. So there are actual things that can trigger this. So a portal spawns a train at a very specific moment, which I think that's a session rule. What's it called? 1 second. Oh, right, I don't have a portal. I'll get back to route building in a second. I want to explain this though. CPC emit train. Right. Oh, central portal control, that makes sense. CP... Here we go. We've got CPC emit train. When this session rule runs, it will emit a train. There's a trigger, which, with this one, you can select which portal to use. Which use UN portal, I think, is the other portal rules, because there are different portal rules. It's fine. It's fine, yeah. And then delays, and then you can add triggers. These are all the triggers I have. The X ones are crossings. And then when a specific train runs over a trigger, it will use this to spawn a train. I won't save this now, because I don't want to save any of this, but I hope that was a sufficient explanation that didn't take too long, but also wasn't too skimpy. Let me just quickly read chat. In TRS 19, it always looks like overcast. With older routes, yes, you would need to change some of the environmental settings for it to look better. For example, like this, because I created this route in TRS 19, the environmental settings are already set up in such a way that it looks okay. But yeah. on this route. Like it's gonna rain any minute. Yeah, Shed Ice. There's also one near the airport, right? Yes, there's one near the airport, and there's one by the Fiddle Yard. So it looks just like a normal tunnel. Yes, it does, but it's actually a portal that eats trains. But it also spits some out, so it's fine. That's so cool, like a dimensional traveling tunnel. Yes, portals are actually, I believe, they are meant to represent, you know, with model, you may not know this, but with actual physical model railway layouts, a lot of them have portals that go behind the layout, so into the back stage area, kind of, into a sorting yard. So that when people run the trains, they can change trains out back there, and then the trains go out of a tunnel and onto the actual layout, which I think that is supposed to represent, because portals have been in the game, as far as I can tell, from either the very beginning or almost the very beginning. And originally, Trainz was much more supposed to be a model railway simulator rather than a realistic one. Which, if you look at older versions of Trainz, the edge of the baseboards don't look like soil or rock, but they actually have the table pattern. Even the fact that they're called baseboards links to that, because if you're making a model railroad, then you have baseboards where you build on. That's what they're called. So yeah, I think that's the origin of portals. I'll quickly read chat and then I'll get back to building, I promise. Well, ish. Yes, but it gets narrower at the rear. Tunnel! Oh, I know that. These portals can be a bit scary though. Yeah, they can. That is pretty cool, Rule, not gonna lie. Yeah, it is. Rules that trigger the portal thing. Yes. AKA centralized portal control, image train. Yeah, exactly. Interesting. Never seen any of this. Well, then you've never used it. Which you've already said you haven't. But it's actually really good if you plan on having more open sessions. Like, for example, free roam sessions, or where there are multiple jobs for the player to do. The way I like to make sessions is I like to make them very scripted, so that I have a lot of control over what the player will experience. But if you have a piece of mainline, for example, that isn't the full line isn't rendered, only a section of it, then you can have portals to simulate random traffic along the main line, for example, which is a really good use for them. It's just that I've never really used them. I did play around with them though, but I never really used them because I like to script things, like I said. Unportal is another rule, yeah. Apart from the portal itself. Unportal is pretty cool as well. Yes, it is. Yeah, thanks a lot. Great. You can basically add a portal without having one in the route. Yes, nice, thanks. Wait until you find out about iPortal. I did look into that a long time ago, but not really that much. I couldn't tell you what the specific thing about that is. But it's probably very interesting. Train. Ooh, I wonder where this tunnel will lead me to. Let's go inside. Portal. Nom. Basically. Send trains via them to your friends. iPod is basically playing in single player, but sending trains to another player. Oh. Really? Do I have that rule? I want to see what it says. Is that a rule or not? May not be a rule that either I've not downloaded it, or I will have to look into that further a bit later on. That sounds really very interesting. Table on the side, yes. That's brilliant, yes, I remember. Set up incoming and outgoing IPs and it's good to go. Very interesting. They still work in TRS-19 too. Never heard of those, Slovak. More like portal IDs. You have some European Discord server that uses iPortal. Would be so good if there was a portal locomotive asset. Where you have it chasing you down a hill in a session. That would be scary. Yeah. No. Terrification. 100 out of 100. Lol. Okay. A lot of control of the players and very scripted. The exact opposite of a D&D campaign. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Although, I do like to have... with tabletop role-playing games... Actually, no, I'll save that for later when I'm actually doing stuff, because I realized I'm sitting here quite a lot reading chat. I'll try to speed up a bit. Sorry if I'm taking a long time. You can make trains very scripted or very free roamy. Yes. Yes, Trainz. No, it's an object. Oh, an object! Oh, well, yes, I'll look at it. Yes! I remember this thing. I remember it. When I first found this, I thought the only difference was the way it looked. Ah, yes, iPod ID sent to user nobody. Ah. Destination portal ID sent to Trainz via internet. Oh, this looks like such an interesting thing which I'll never get to use. Anyway. iPortal is an object. iPortal is an object paradise. Yes. Ooh, it's a full white color portal, slightly narrower than normal one. XTD. We typing too fast for Shadice to build? Yes. Shadice, if you someday make Prototype 01 an actual game, will you add a spooky Easter egg in to Trainz' creepy portals? Ooh, that's an interesting idea. Maybe I will. There is also an iPortal without the white portal. Interesting. Now that I've caught up with chat, and that we've decided where the... Actually, I'll quickly go back out and back in, because I'm not sure that I... just to make sure. Just to make sure. Should be fine. No. What do you mean, no? The Easter egg thing? We made sure that's caught up with the chat. Ah! XD. Right, so now that we know that the grain is going to go from down here up to there, what I want is, I really want the train to collect cars from it. I want the train to come up from the bottom with very few cars, then go further up, upstream, I suppose, and then collect some more cars, collect some more cars, collect some more cars, and then bring them all back there. Then the unloaded cars, the empties. Actually, I want them then the train to deposit the empties somewhere over here, maybe with a few different factories, or maybe in a yard, and then they get shunted around to some factories. Oh no! Quick, random facts, go! Alright, cuttlefish can change their color and texture. That's a random fact. Which I did not know before 2014. Right, so then probably leave the full trucks in a yard somewhere over here. Then smaller locomotives, which will probably, or a local train, will probably take them to the individual industries, and then collect them as a big train, and then another locomotive will take the empty train over here, and then probably deposit the empty cars at the individual industries, so that they can be filled up again, which means that it doesn't matter which way I make the leads. It's just a question of, do I want the train to reverse in when it picks up cars or when it drops them off. Now for picking up it's fine. Now if I wanted them to be dropped off, it would go locomotive first in there, which would mean that the siding would need to be long enough for the train to fit. Unless, of course, so the train would need to go into the siding and then run around, decouple some cars, and then go back the other way. And then I'd need another place for it to be able to run around, unless I use Ys. I'll read the chat quickly. XD, yarn is the non-animal equivalent of snakes. Yes. You could make it so in the very end of the game, the shrubbery that was on an abandoned siding disappears if you walk along it. It'll lead to a really creepy overgrown black bricked portal. If you go into it, and you meet the entity. That wouldn't make sense. But I get what you mean. That might be good. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It would be really good, but it wouldn't make sense. Yes. So I'll build a quick prototype of how one of these would look. So I won't let one of the sidings for the industries. So we've got actually I won't use this track because it disappears if it's too far away. I want to use the orange one. This one. Right, so you've got track number 1, track number 2. Right? Then actually I'll do it the other way because there's more space. Actually, yeah, I'll do it I'll do it this way because then I've got plenty more space. I won't leave it here anyways. Thanksies. Oh yeah, Shreddies, maybe the entity's cousin? No, wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't make sense. Why do you say, oh yeah, sweetheart, you don't even know the reference. It's a reference to my game. Do we go for 2 hours here? Yes, we go to 11. Yep, yay, let's go. I agree, Shadows for 2 hours. Yes, it's not new. It's always been 2 hours on Trainz streams. Shadows, how about the entity's sister-in-law? Nope. The entity is presumably cosmic in some way? Kind of, yes. Yes, Right, so if this is the main line, then let's say we have a switch going over here so that you can access the siding from any direction, So then it would go off a little ways, and then you would have siding here, and then you would have another siding here, which is known as the runaround track. This would be a bit longer. Obviously the junctions wouldn't be as sharp. So if we imagine that this up here is facing this way, then if a full train, so if there are cars waiting here to be picked up, a train would come along like this on the right side, go backwards into it, couple to them, and then continue on to the next one. That's fine. If an empty train is coming this way, it can cross over, go in here, drop off some empties. So actually, it would need to run around the train, so it would go this way, go around here, couple back up, then decouple, and then go back that way. Actually, the thing is, with that way, I need to have another runaround track here for it to run around again. I think the easiest way of solving this, which is probably what they do in real life as well, is basically just do this so that the siding is connected on both sides, which in my opinion doesn't look as interesting, but it makes for much easier switching. So that's probably what I'll do roughly. Right, so let me just read chat and then we'll actually continue. I know, shocked. Perhaps one could call it Eldritch? Maybe. Maybe the portal could lead into a really creepy sewer system. Maybe it could lead to what was it called? The thing from Thomas and the Magic Railroad. Maybe it could be like that, like the magic buffers. I don't know, the entity? Shut eyes, I don't know, I feel just happy, I guess. So, like motivation. Go! Great! Motivating speech! That was it. Yeah, alright. Actually, I'll look up what Eldritch means. It's a lovely word. Alright, but why make the loco stop on the main line? Yeah. If it has to reverse into the thing, having it as a two-way siding is much better. Quite underwhelming, eerie, weird, spooky. No, I think that's a great word for that. Ooh, interesting. As in, the definition is quite underwhelming. I knew what you meant. Oh, right, never mind then. Oh no, guys, Reddit's reading chat. He reads chat, quick. Oh, quick type. Write more messages. Everyone start the presses. Silence. Shush. And connect them to Twitch chat. We mustn't make him stop reading chat. Lol, alright. Yes, chat eyes. Great motivation equals great idea equals awesomeness. Yes. You're right. Shadis, magic buffers could be a time machine in your game, and the 2 buffers could be dials to set the destination date. Oh, that's very interesting. Shadis, you could also for your prototype game make different looking trains, like spacey trains. For my prototype looking game, so the prototype 01, the idea was to have kind of modern trains, but yes, I would make the trains maybe roughly based on real ones, but they would be my own designs. It wouldn't be that spacey. At least not the way I planned it, but I'm not making that game at the moment. Maybe sometime down the future. Yeah, but I thought that Eldritch would mean something similar to cosmic, but like evil. Yeah, you do kind of think that. Or maybe even DeLorean train? XD. DeLorean, but DMU. Yes, DeGorian. Shut eyes. That would be really, really interesting. Yes, I'm gonna leave it at that. DeLorean, but it's Pacer. Wrong track. Yes, we're wrong. No, it's not the wrong track. I'm deliberately using this one because if you look this way, you can see that I can still see all the way back here. But with this track, you can see that it already disappears right here because of the loading. So when I'm putting in the track layout, I'm using this track, and then I replace it with the other track afterwards. Gorian? Ew, no! Glorian! Glovorian? XD. Ah, low lord. Yes. But good shout out though. Switter Gaming. The enemy of the many. Yes. Enemy. Endemini. Enemy. Anemone. Can you believe it? It's already 10, so an hour has already passed, and so far what I've done is placed a couple of trees and added some baseballs and kind of showed you some stuff, but really there's not done that much this stream yet. So I'm thinking to start, because I do want trains to get a bit of speed. Okay, I'm going to I hate to do it, but I'm going to need to do a test drive because I want to see how quickly this train would accelerate if I have the junction there. This is not just a joyride. This is an actual necessary test. For me to continue building the route. Because if this is where, like for example, if this is where the junction came in and the train was stopped here at the signal, because it was waiting for a mainline train to pass, and then the signal cleared and the train set off, I want to know how fast it can get up to, what kind of speed, before it has to slow down for this, which is 30 speed limit. And then it goes to 35 back here. So it is a scientific test. You cannot say anything about it. Which, in all honesty, you should. You should say something about scientific tests. Right. Nemo much? I know, the anemone. Yes. Menomenemone. Not as in Captain Nemo, mind. Yeah. Yeah, maybe stop reading chat so much and wait till you've done a section of the work. Yes, but if I don't, then there'll be 4,000 kilometers of chat to read, and then we won't get anywhere. No. From Moby Dick, possibly? Possibly. We have to make the Sharadice read chat. I see 3 locos. Yeah. I know it's not that long of a train to warrant these 3 locos, but I want to see what it's like with this. If we were on VC, we wouldn't have these issues. Voice chat, yes, that is true. XD, he could just mute us. My god. True. For science! Testing AI or player? Speed up. Player, and then AI after that. I hereby say something against scientific tests. No. What I said is that with supposedly scientific tests, you still need to pay attention to them to make sure that they're actually scientific and that they actually mean the things that they say they mean. Just because some paper prints a test that's been done and says, oh, scientific tests reveal this and this and this, then that can be wrong. Like, if you read in the details, it could be that, oh, actually, it's just probably this. Because the kind of standard with scientific matters and so forth is that something usually counts as a fact if it has less than 5% probability of not being the case. So if it's 95% sure or certain, then it counts as scientifically true in most cases. Which that is a true thing, even though it seems so insane because science deals with so many incredibly small chances. Like, for example, if there's a car. Right, so actually I didn't pay attention. So we get up to 50 hours. I'm just going to do the AI test now because no, I'm not speeding. The actual speed limit here is 55. It's just because I didn't have a speed sign in front of the train that shows up like that. I'm going to test the AI. Hopefully I've got just the auto drive rule. Right, like for example, if there's a car, and let's say a parachute. Let's go with that. Classic example, parachute. Drive, there we go. Let's say there's a parachute manufacturer, and in 95% of all cases the parachute opens. In 5% it doesn't. Then scientifically it is the norm to say that parachute, that it's a scientific fact that parachute will open. Why? Well, because the chance that it won't is just 5%. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. You can look it up yourself. Player I speeding up. Speeding up. Anemoniacs. If AI, then test in DCC. Since AI drives in DCC. Yes. But why then the AI brakes so bad in DCC with Shinkansen? I don't know. Not just a Sharadice, the Sharadice. That sounds like the Doctor Who thing with the Dr. Falls, where it says, I'm not a doctor, I'm the doctor. The original, you might say. That whole thing. Engines back? Because the Shinkansen generally have bad brakes. If the AI can't brake it, you can't either. However, you can outsmart them. But why? Because engines back. Dun dun dun! Sharadice. Yeah, I gotcha. Why do you think? Why do you think? I don't hink. Alright, rather hink. I don't hink, I thoink. And also because the AI doesn't see that far ahead. Hoink hoink. Oh, shut up. I am annoyance. You are speeding. Already explained that. Oh wait. Shall imagine if you muted people in Discord, it would hold all of their muted speech and audio in a buffer, and if you unmute them, blah. Facepalm, facepalm, face pace, palm face. Going to be on and off, cause chatting to a friend. That's fine. Alright, that's a palm tree for the prototype game for Paradise. Well, palm done. 1 palm done, 41 to go. No! Palm face! Oh, I remember Paradise. Dr. Falls. I didn't when I typed it though. Yeah. Thoink? Hoink. XD. XDD. Right, so it slows down a lot here. And I think it's probably because of the signals, because this is... I think this is the only... Yeah, because it's orange, because the only signal I've got... After this is the red one at the end of that siding. So actually, I'll need to do this test again. I know we're wasting a lot of time here, but it's not wasting because it's important for the route to continue. I would have noticed the signal too if it wasn't for you meddling chat typists. We should have a chat XD counter that bings every time someone types it in XD. Bing. Oh, there it goes now. XDD. Yeah, see if I change this, it should go green. Hopefully. Right? Because actually, would it? Or is there a train on the tracks? No, it should be okay. Because we've got a signal here, which is saying approach for some reason. Oh, right. Does the signal always say yellow when it's diverging? Oh, that might be an issue. Medium approach medium. So, no, it says, yeah, medium speed, and we're approaching, alright, yeah, makes sense. Bing, we are the chat scoundrels. Self-proclaimed chat scoundrels. And would have gotten away with it too, if it weren't for your meddling chat typists. Yes. Put that into quotes. Yeah, go ahead, do it. I don't think this will change much. Actually, yeah, that's fine. Let's believe it's fine. It must be because of the junction, because you can see the next signal is green. It must be yellow because of the junction, which means that the AI will probably slow for it more than it has to. That is actually an interesting thing to know. Self-proclaimed scoundrelize. Not self-proclaimed. Oh, scoundrelize. Scounder AIs. Not scoundrels. You do it. I can't right now. Also, I think I forgot to move the camera down last stream. Not the best interior, considering the normals are flipped the wrong way, probably, by the looks of this. But I like the yellowness of it. And yes, you can see that the AI is already slowing down to 23, even though it's a 30 speed limit here. How heavy is this train? 1,792 tons. Interesting. Actually, what cameras does this have? Oh, it's got some like this. That's interesting. Right, no, he just typed A instead of E. Oh, I see. Never mind. Yellow City. Yellow City. Oh, my bad. It's fine. Scoundrels, yeah. I mean, this looks good. Like, for example, you can see these trees here. In TRS-19, these look like they're speed trees, the way they're rendered. But if you go close to them, you can see 2D trees. And on the backside, they don't look terrible. Yeah, I rarely use that word. me, yes. Bing, me neither, yes. Yeah, XD, Bing, lol. Bing, lol. Yeah, the train is going very slowly along here. 2D trees. Ah, 2D trees, yes. Those trees are the JVC blueprint trees. They don't look black on the other side, on the shadow side. But they do look a bit too shiny, some of them, if viewed closely. Ah! Reality is crumbling around us, of course. And 3D reworked some parts of the way TRS-19 works, and new 2D trees and grass looks good. That is great. Hopefully I'll be able to use those. Yes, the trains slow down to about 20 miles per hour because the signal is yellow down here for them, which is a bit annoying. But since we're already here, look at the scenery! Look at it! Look at it! Alright, sorry, no. We've only got 4 minutes left in the stream. No, not 4 minutes, I know, it's 41 minutes. Ooh, they just need to be built 4.6 and higher. Oh, interesting. That is really very interesting. Of course. Ah, right, it's beauty! Thank you. TRS-9 SP2 will introduce build 4.7. Oh, interesting. And will make all game versions compatible in multiplayer. Yes! Yes! That is great news. Great news, great news, great news. I'm assuming all TRS-19 versions. Because if it made Trainz 1.3 compatible with TRS-19 multiplayer, that would be a feat. So, could the content repair group fix those old 2D assets by changing the build number? Good question. It is a good question. Oh, one which I hope will be answered. No! Oh, wait. When you said no, were you just at the place where I said 4 minutes left in the stream? Should I imagine that if multiplayer worked between TRS-4 with TRS-19, Trainz 12 is the first Trainz that has multiplayer. Yes, but imagine if it did. Imagine if it did. They could, but they won't, because 1 to 7,000 plus assets need to be fixed, and 2, they are not broken, faulty, missing dependencies, so no. Yeah, I know, if they added it to all old versions, yes. So, let's just say that we'll have the first industry, kind of the first junction kind of here, which I'll actually show the grid for. So, let's see, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like this should be fine. Oh yes, of course, the train's on the track. They should change the thing that you can change it so that you can manipulate tracks even if there's a train near them. Let's just leave it over here, that should be fine. Remember where I parked it. Should I check my messages above Eagle? Oh, did I miss one? I did read the one. We said Trainz 2012 is the first Trainz that has multiplayer. I did read that one. AFAIK. What does that mean? AFAIK, I don't know. Or did you mean I missed a different message? I bet we'll place a warehouse this stream. Probably. Beep beep. Beep 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 beep. Yes. And so this is this junction. I need to connect it. Tell you what, I'll insert a spline point here and then connect it. which does mean that I'll probably have to put, yeah, I'll have to put little straight bits in here for the track to work properly and be aligned correctly. So just sort of like this. And then let's just align these ones correctly. Were these ones already aligned? Nope. Not quite. Oh, right, as far as I know. Right. That makes sense. Alright, beep beep. As in you locked the train with the keys. Oh, I see. TS12 was the first to have multiplayer. Yeah. The beta of it dates to TS10. Interesting. Right, so this goes over here. Then this needs to, well, needs to kind of go over this way. And then also kind of have the same, because I want this to go down to the main level, which means that I'll have to put in a few more spline points. And this is okay if it's a bit wobbly, because in America these kind of things are quite often a bit wobbly. And you won't drive down them very fast either. Right, so what's the grade on this? Let's see. 1.91%. Should be fine. So now if I put the height up to this, and then back up to this, yeah, I'll probably have to do this manually on this little bit. Actually, what's the grade like on this bit? Oh, that's 2%. That should be fine. It is a bit steep. But it should theoretically be fine. Right, I'll quickly fix the track so it's not floating in the air. Like this. Then this might be okay if I paint the ballast underneath it. So bulk replace, assets to update this track, assets to replace with. Why don't they have another get asset tool for this thing? Anywhere in root, yep, there we go. Now it's using the correct track. Going over, yeah, this will be fine if I paint some ballast under there. Would be good if they had a script for that. Open for edit, open config, find and replace, build, whatever to build, 4.8, apply contact repair group, text, to thumbnail, submit, edit. Alright, apply the text to the thumbnail, upload DLS, and that for all of them. Yes, but they would need to make a different version of the thing. And I don't just mean a different version, I mean a completely different asset, because these old assets, if you change the version, then I think that would mean that you can't use them for older Trainz versions. And there are a lot of users, a lot of Trainz a new era users still, not to mention all of the roots for the older Trainz versions that people might have, which would then not work anymore. So you'd have to create a new asset and then change that from them, which will then mean that you'll just duplicate thousands of assets, which are quite sizable, which would be quite sizable, and also quite a bit more confusing for anybody who would want to find that specific asset. If there are multiple versions, then they, yeah, you know what I mean. Stop vehicle. Oh, right. I remember when the first Trainz for Mac, with the first Trainz for Mac, they said it's got multiplayer, but it never worked for me. Nope, it never worked. With Trainz for Mac 2, which is the equivalent of TS12, it did work either in the beginning, but they eventually fixed it. But it still took ages to load. Owl! I heard one. Nice. I find it very satisfying and almost therapeutic when you're route building. The track especially when clicking. Interesting. Thank you. Hello. Public enemy 821. Hello, public enemy 821. Hopefully you're not a bot. Yeah, true Chinese. One guy, Daniel Müller, made such script for his assets that gone broken. He changed the KUID and built of it for that. However, as Shredder said, you would need to redo the model and textures ground up. I was paused. Did he read my message? Yes, I did. Alright. Nope, he didn't read the message. I did yet. I did now, yes, obviously, because when I get to the message saying you were paused, you're not anymore, then I must have read it. Unless I didn't read it by accident. TS12 never worked properly on PC either. But Trainz for Mac 2 eventually did work. In Tane, they broke it, but fixed it later on, yeah. Since then, it has been going quite nice, yes. Except for the ghost trains. Now he did. Woo! Woo! Yes, indeed. Woo! Woo! Right, so where do I want the multiple industry to be? Multiple industry, by the way, is just the piece of track that you can set which things get loaded and unloaded from it. So, multiple industry, new. That's the one I need. So let's see. How long do I want the trains to be here? Well, if I made the siding this long, it's about 3,000 feet. That should be plenty of space. So if I put the loader kind of in the middle, so kind of over here. Woo 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 woo. Yes, Daniel Müller or Mueller made such scripts that would work in only one Trainz version. Don't know. I don't know. And so here we go. Kind of like that. That should be fine. So if this is, by the way, so only cars that stop on here will be loaded. Right. So we need a the main siding. And sure, why not? Let's use these tracks. No, I do not want to use them with a grade. Right, so if I make this... Okay, so this is the main thing. The main siding. I will need... Actually, I'll make this straight. This one not, and this one... Actually, no. Huh. That's a bit annoying. Right, I need to do it like this, which is then a bit of a sharp curve, which means I need to change this. But that should work with a junction coming out this way. And that is still on the ground? Yes, it is. No, he made a script to change KUIDs and builds automatically on all selected assets. And also, hello again. Right, Miss Lenity. Miss Lenity, hello, yes, hopefully you're not a bot. He used it to fix his assets on the DLS. Interesting, yes. Right, so if that is the main siding, we need a parallel track, which will likely connect up to the loader. And then I'll make it go back to here. I'll put the the multiple industry a bit closer. And this needs to be straightened. It's a little bit far away. Just kind of like that. Oh, it should be fine. That should be fine. It's a bit far away, but that's fine. Now, I might look up some real life grain loading facilities to make this look a bit more realistic. But I think for now it should be fine. Let's just replace the junction levers. Doesn't matter. Green goes that way. Green goes that way. And I need the other one. Green goes that way. Now, the yard ones in here. So, green go... Actually, I want the other one. Green goes that way. Over here, I don't have it yet. Right. So, let's just place some... let's look for silo. Actually, wait, that reminds me. Didn't I have a grain loader that I wanted to use for this? Let me just quickly look at the mods test world. This one. And also, yeah, right. I think it's a bot after all. I've had a look, and the stream title reads Princess League v 2.0 Princess League was a bot. Alright, Princess League was what? Alright, this V2. Yeah. It's not really nice of them. But I wonder what they get from it. Are they just scanning whatever's being said in chat or vocally, and then recording that, putting it in databases, all sorts of stuff like that? Probably. Because it doesn't count towards people watching, I think. And even if it did, then it wouldn't really make sense for them just to do it for free. The grain loader you want to use is made by one of my guys on the CE team, Prisoner. Nice, Slovak. Right, if you know the name of it or the KUID, please let me know. I was thinking of using the RI grain loader, because this looks quite good, I think. But if you've got a better one, I'd be happy to have a look at it. Nice. Yeah, it's weird. Maybe ban them? There are so many bots in the streams, I don't think we'd get anywhere. You just have it there. Oh, that one, that's the one. Oh, then I've already found it. Great, this is it. Ooh, this looks great. The RI grain loader, yes. Which means I'll probably not use the multiple histories thing. But this one, which way around does it go? I'm thinking this way around. Great job, Prisoner. Yes, great job, Prisoner. I don't remember the number. Was it 421? I don't know. His other stuff is also RI stuff. Very interesting. I do not want it to snap. Prisoner 321, 421. Prisoner 417. Trainz username Yuts6099. By O I mean 0. Oh, right, that. Thanks. Oh, that is great. I thought for a second you couldn't change the height of it, but you can. Although, wait. Might be a bit of an issue. Because if it's on ground level, like this, then the track is in the terrain. You can see, it's in the terrain. I mean, it might be okay if I paint ballast there. It's probably going to be okay. I mean, I can just... well, I'll attach the other side first. Now, if I make a spline point there and one over here, we'll have a little bit of a dip going in, but that should be fine. It'll be fine probably. Prisoner 417 just sounds like an actual prison mate. Didn't you mean inmate? Yeah. It was still deliberately designed like that. It's Russian asset. Oh, I see. I mean, I can move it up. I can change the height of it so that it looks like this. But then the pillars are slightly floating, which I think this is better, not having it like that. So, wait, which... Wait a minute. Did I... What height is it at currently? No, that's okay. Gravel it up? Yes, I will. Make sure to cover the Russian gauge tracks with standard gauge. Bulk replace will reset it after download. What do you mean? What do you mean bulk replace will reset it after download? I don't know what you mean. I'm not sure how to replace the tracks. If you replace the type of assigned track on an object that doesn't automatically change to attached track, if you replace that with bulk as an update replace, it will reset after download and installation from the DLC or DLS. So you mean if I change this with bulk replace and then someone else downloaded my root, it would look like this again? So you mean, so if you have to line under the track, spline over it? Yes. Right. Not sure how to fix this then. I mean, I could just put another spline over it like this, because the flanges are in the middle. So this should theoretically work. We'll see. So it would have to be something like this probably. That is how I fix the tracks on CE2. Yes, exactly. Yeah, so you mean just basically do it like this. Yeah. I mean, this is fine. It's a bit tedious, but it's basically not that tedious, I would say. By the way, has Prisoner actually used, since these are Russian gauge, has Prisoner actually used these assets on a Russian route? Because playing on a Russian route would be very interesting if there's one available. Yeah, line it over. It works very well if you hide it good enough. Yeah. I mean, I'll put gravel over here. It should be fine. Should be fine. Right. Next thing to check is if the wagons that I wanted to use, the hoppers... actually, do you think these hoppers are a bit too modern for the 60s or not? Anyway, I want to check if they... well, I can set the... I can put the what is it called? The load on it, if it doesn't already, it doesn't already have it. So it was something grain. This one, no, this one. Right, now I'll just add a couple more. Because I want to... And yes, it did work. Yes. I want to test it. I just want to test it. This is such a nice loco, this one. No payware. I don't know what to choose. Not that. These ones are wrong. Let's just do GP9. Should find one. Oh, these are the ones I used before, probably. Oh, they are. Well, let's go for EMD now. I know this isn't strictly important, but I'll just place one of these on here, just as a bit of a test, because I want to see what the texture looks like when it actually opens up, because it does actually sometimes open up. Here's a nice loco. Looks quite well. The interior. I use this interior, that's fine. Now, because these ones do open up their lids, I believe. Don't mind the smoke in the thing. Right, so if I try to unload a car here. Did it work? Did it not work? Maybe I'll need to drive a bit further. Or maybe I need to drive in a specific spot. Does it not have any... No, it is, it's full. Ah, there we go. So, what does the texture inside look like? Ah, well that's a good one. So this one loaded. Now does only the front one work, or the back, and the back one doesn't? Like the loading thing. This is an important thing to test. Oh no, it does. You just need to stop in a very specific spot. Okay, well that's good then. Okay, now I'll read chat. I'll actually give you a nice view of the locomotive. There we go. He did try to make a Russian-themed route back in Tain, but he never finished it. Baletsno Mosti, I think is one that is on DLS. Oh, very interesting. Hold on, I'll quickly make a little screenshot of that, because I want to look for that. Yes, but not by him and not all of it. Huh. Trainz, those look like 70s wagons to me. Don't know. Google them? I will DuckDuckGo them. Unfinished routes. Bit like a graveyard of amazing ideas that ended up forgotten. Yes. True. Yeah, it became too much struggle and work. Yes, I thought of that one too. And then we made attempt at USA cooperation route. Oh, is that the one with the huge mountains? But failed too. So we ended up with CE. Well, I mean, you ended up with a great project. Very nice loco. Yes, indeed. BN stands for Burlington Northern, by the way. Although it does say BNSF on the side, so it's a bit of a newer thing. So it's probably a heritage locomotive. By the way, this is what I was talking about a few streams ago, well, many streams ago, which is that in the USA, all diesel locomotives must have an F on the front, like this, which denotes the front end of the chassis. Because what happened was, when in the transition days, because the crews of the workshops were so used to having a clear front end in a steam locomotive that in the first in the transition days, they sometimes put the upper locomotive bit on the chassis backwards, because on a diesel chassis you don't really know which way is forward unless you look very closely. So the I think it was the FDA that made a law that the front end of a diesel locomotive has to be marked by an F. And that rule is still in place, because there was a scenic railroad who wanted to have one of their heritage locomotives repaired at a shop, and they when the inspection came over, went across it, they came up with a violation, which was that it didn't have the F in the front. So yeah, that's the story behind that. Now, right, Shadows in cooperation with Wellington Northern. Lovely loco. Do you have the grain type set in the car too? Yes, I do. That's probably where the issue lies. No, I did, or not. Huh, interesting. Maybe the right one loads something else, Shadows? No. There is a second grain loader me had. So no, it does work, you just have to stop at a very specific spot for it to load, which is the same issue that I had with the gravel loader I used at the gravel pit. Alright, good. So yeah, confirmed, they work. You just need to stop correctly. Yeah. Which might be a bit too much to ask of some of the players that might play this route. Not meaning anyone specifically. Definitely not you. Shadows, does it have ditch lights or custom interior? Ditch lights, no. Custom interior, I don't think so. You saw it. I must send it into Discord if I find it, Shadows. Oh, well, thank you very much. Shadows, Baleznomosti was the Russian route that came with trains at the time. Oh, I see. Yes. In TS12, yes. Ah, interesting. Yes, with Trainz 2012. Yes, Shadows. One with the huge mountains. Interesting. Eagle County? No, that was my own personal project, King of Anger. Shadows, I'd say it's probably an ex-BN loco. Yeah, that's what I thought. So BN had them first, BNSF bought them, but then they haven't repainted it yet. So they put BNSF sticker on it and left the side text delivery. Or it's a heritage loco. They came up with a violation. Yeah? Alright. What was that one called, sorry? Me had? Slovak said, second grain loader, he made. Oh, right, he made. It's because we've got 9 minutes left and I want to feel like I've accomplished something this stream, which so far I'm almost there, but not quite. He pointed at our souls. Ah! Please, one closer look at the hopper. I found a reference. Oh, I see. There you go. Also, hi Chris. Yes, hello. Okay, just search by author Jutz 6099 and name RI. I will. Let's look at this. In the early 1960s, So it is 1960s. That is very, very helpful. Thank you very much for that, Chris. You will find his industries. I will do that. In fact, I'll open up the DLS right now so I don't forget. Put in the username. Where is it? Yutz 6099. And then I can filter for industry. Well, actually, let's do category industry so I don't forget. Industry. I won't do it now. I will switch the stream over to the other window because I'm not going to go through all the trouble of going to window mode again. But, right, so I think we need maybe one more track here. Like a storage track maybe for if they have some dedicated switchers here. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that. Right. So if this is kind of a siding for this, not necessarily for dedicated switchers, but just for general storage purposes. And maybe also running around the train again. Actually, let's put in another junction here. So it's from here, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That goes in there. Is this straightened? No, it wasn't. Now they are straightened. Right. So there is kind of like a little track here, which maybe previously was used for cabooses or something like that. Actually, cabooses should still be around. Ooh, that's an interesting thing to think about. All right, yes. Huh. That's a thing I might need to take into consideration. I'll quickly put in the switches and the bumper at the back, which is an American buffer, basically. That is straight. Need the other one. Actually, yeah, I'll use this one. Because I want straight to be green, even if it's a dead end. Because it's diverging, the diverging track. And I've already done that one, so that's good. So now we've got. Okay, so you can come down on here. That'll be fine, don't worry about it. Go down here. And the train can, whereas if it's picking up, so a switcher will have likely already loaded up the cars. So then the big grain train will come up here, and then back down onto this siding, couple up to the cars, then continue up. If it's an empty train, actually, yeah, we'll have to do that. If it's an empty train, will go down here, go into the siding, decouple some of the cars, then continue onwards. If the cars are in the middle, then what it'll likely do is decouple a part of the train on the main line, then go down here, decouple whichever cars it's not going to need, then going over here, backing up, connecting to the train and continuing on, which means that actually having another track here would be really useful. Maybe not there, maybe, well, let's see, it comes off there. So, like, maybe, I mean another track over here, so that if a train has to leave part of its train behind on the main line to decouple the cars it needs to decouple, that other trains can go around it, basically. Is this straightened or not? I believe it is. Let's see, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-ish. Oh, right, the train is too close again. Should be fine. Right. Did not mean to place that there. Right. Place that there. Connect that to that. And that should be fine if I maybe add a little bit there that can be straightened like this. Yeah, so if a train's blocking this side of the main... Actually... Do we need it? No, we don't. We don't need it here. Because we're driving on the right here. That's actually a big important thing. Actually, did I undo one step too many? I think I might have. Yeah, so it's an important thing. Because if, okay, a train with empties is coming down here, then it can go straight onto the left track. Decouple whatever cars it can't go down here with, then go down here, unless, of course, if the entire train fits in here, which it probably will, then it can do all of this down here, and the point is mute, but it can do that stuff, which means that an oncoming train on this side can go around like this, then going this way, and then we'll need another one, another track going in the other way over here. Which is what I need to do now. I mean, this sort of length should be fine. Oh, why wouldn't it connect? Strange. This sort of alignment okay? Not really. Oh, is this not straightened? Okay, I'll add another little bit of track here, just to make sure that it's still aligned. That is better. Oh, right, this bit needs to be straightened. Oh, that makes sense. I was confused because the loading, it didn't load, so... I'll need to place more signals here in this case. Actually, do I? No, I don't. I just need to move this signal a bit further back over to here. Which means that then the train's coming along here. I'll probably need to put some sort of shunt signal or something over here. Anyway, this does not look right. Oh, right, is it because this one's not straightened either? Oh, no, it was. It's a bit odd. Should be fine-ish. Is this straightened? Yes, it was. I think this one's a bit too close. Needs to be a bit further, like this. Anyway, I don't want to spend ages on this. Both literal and figurative ages. This is a bit close to the tracks. If we're on the other side, that would be better. There we need the other one. This. So now a train can stop here if this bit is occupied, which technically means that it don't need a signal protecting this, because a train won't enter this block if it's going on the wrong side. which means that technically I think this is okay. I'll need to put some more signals down here anyway, but I'm not going to do that now, don't worry, because, oh, we've gone past. Okay, yeah, so a train can go onto the left track, decouple its back, then go down here, decouple whatever needs to drop off here, then go back around, couple up to the rest of the train, and then carry on to whatever it was doing. Actually, if it's going on this side, then we'll need another crossover to go onto the right, so it gets onto the right side of the track, which I'll put in now quickly. Quickly, because I do not want to forget. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-ish. Should be fine. Why doesn't it add the spline point? That is so strange. Maybe it's because there's a train too close, I don't know. Right, so that should be straightened. It's fine. This should be straightened. That's fine. Okay, I'll quickly change the levers. There we go. Changed. Perfect. Right, so this means a train is now on the wrong side of the track, but it can get back on the right side of the track. So I'll put another signal here, which will protect this bit, so that if there's a train on this bit of track, it will either be stopped here, or you can get switched onto the other track, so you can overtake it, and then get switched back onto this track, which that section will be protected by these two signals here. So this should be fine. Now, as for a thumbnail, well, we really haven't made that much progress, so how about something like this? No, this is bad. Oh, I don't know. I don't want to take the exact same thumbnail as before. That's boring. Actually, I could take actually, if I zoom in a bit, like this. Yeah, I mean, I might just as well zoom in a bit and then take the thumbnail. Ooh, maybe from the train from the side. That might look quite nice. It's in the shadow. I don't like that. I know, very important. Although it is, to be fair, because this this is the biggest thing that impacts whether people are going to click on the video or not. So if I just put a little bit of grass spline in here, and this is not clickbait because this is something we're actually doing in the stream, and I will continue doing this bit soon afterwards as well. So something like this. Then if this is then the screenshot, then oh right, because a quick drive should be fine. Right, so if I maybe make this as the screenshot, it should be fine. Is that okay? I'll just read chat with you looking at this. Oh, 6 minutes overtime already. I'm going to do this very quickly. Yeah, might fit with the 60s, yes. We'll do later on, thanks. Looks pretty spot on. No problem. Wow, he's made a Riva stuff. One train for our CE route. Nice, lovely. Session of it coming when we get Praha into the game. Ooh, lovely, yes. Very lovely. When you guys build the Dekin Bad Shandau, I'm definitely remaking the old session from TS09. Ah, that one, I remember that road, yes. When that comes, it will be with Dresden. Is it Schandau or Schandau? Schandau. Ah, not to be confused with Spandau. Oh, yes, definitely. Chalais, plants, place, speedrun before the end. Go! No. Plant, place, no. Random fact to debatable usefulness. Of debatable usefulness. The go message with only one exclamation mark didn't go through because I sent it too closely to my previous message. Less than 1 second, probably. Less than a minute left. Hurry up with plants. It's fine. I've put down some grass. We're fine. Well, yeah, Eagle, probably. So I might extend the session until Praha. Aw. Nice for the gaming. Yes, nice. Nice. The only express trains running into Germany from Czechia in CD delivery are Praha, Dresden, Praha, Berlin, and Praha, Hamburg. Interesting. At least in that direction. Yes, interesting. Never knew that. Yeah, I might need a lot of help with a session remake. Would you help me with it, Eagle? Sure. Time. Yes, I know, I'm sorry about going over time. Right now, through... though I would really need help with Czechia. But I know you will take too long. Finish this quote. Ah, it jumped. Where is it? Finish this quote. How much watch? Such watch. I know the quote. It's from Casablanca, the film, where the Germans are trying to speak American and they're trying to act American. They, oh, how much watch? Such watch, because of how the German sentences. Time? Oh, time. At first I thought it was either a mistype of Tyne, as in the River Tyne, Nikos over time. Then I thought it was an abbreviation. Thank you, my E. Then I realized it was time. XD. Bing. XD. Bing. Yep. Shut eyes, don't forget to shave. This is kind of the way I want it. Don't know if you noticed, but yes. Shut eyes, the swamp maybe? Of the swamp? Yeah. Close up of the swamp? Yes, swamp time. Like this, snap, and it's screenshotted. Shut eyes, Command Shift 3. Why? Oh, screenshot, no. Props delayed now. Or not? He's reading the chat again. Quick, type! XD, Bing, ABCDE, XD, Bing, FGH, LMAO, XDDD, Bing. Interesting. Interesting, not interesting. Mistyped it, it's fine. XD, Bing. Bing, XD, Bing, Bing, Bing! Right. Sorry that took so long. I genuinely am. Because I do know that these streams are not... It's not great if they run over time. I know that they almost always do, and that is by mistake. I do not want them to do that. Anyway, so, very quick shout-outs. So, Splitter Gaming, Slavic Eagle are part of the Central Europe Development Team, which is a huge map for trains, so go ahead and check them out. So, Slavic Eagle, he also streams on Twitch, so driving games, trains, map building, that sort of thing. So have a look at that. He's recently started building on high-speed Shinkansen Railway, actually 2 of them. Very interesting, all of that. Yes, Kangafang, he does OMSI 2 live streams, he does Trainz live streams, he's doing map building in both of them. He next time, he's actually doing a American Truck Simulator stream. So this Sunday, so tomorrow, which is the new Colorado DLC, which he hasn't looked at, so it's his first look at it as well, which would be very interesting, so have a look at that. Very, very interesting. And this stream will be archived, and that's it. Quickly gonna read chat, and then I'm going to end the stream. Bing, bing, bing. Will the Bing thing become a running gag here? Hopefully not. Hopefully not. It's quite annoying. Bing, apparently so. XDD, Bing, right, I'm off. Bing, see ya. Bye, Mr. W. Inside joke, I guess. XD, Bing. Blah, 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 blah. XD, Bing. See ya, Mr. W. Bing, bing. Bye, Mr. W. Sweet dreams. Shad eyes. Shad eyes be spitting bars. Bars. Yes, bars. True. Eminem right there. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for the shout out. I don't think I will watch Kango's stream because I don't want to get Colorado spoiled. Annoying, yeah. Bye. So the aim XDDD, bing 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 bing. Don't bing me. I did. Bye. 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 Okay, bye. So, bye. Bye, Sweda. Thanks for the hearts. Alright, enjoy it in advance, the DLC, yes. Okay, since you insist. There you go. Thank you for the hearts.